is new technology from Fidelity National Financial. And
okay.
now all of the F&F brands across the nation are now on, have this new portal. And it was start safe. And so whenever you opened an order with us, we sent the buyer and the seller start safe logins so that they could put their client, or their clients would put in their personal information. So if a buyer received this start safe email, it would ask them like their socials, who's your lender, you know, and their phone numbers, their contact information, and whatever. When it went to the seller, it would ask the seller, do you have any loans? What are the account numbers? Is there propane? Is there water rights? Is there, you know, HOA? Who's everybody? You know, do you need a power of attorney? Do you have that? And any other documents that went back and forth for a buyer and for a seller were start safe. Now, what they've done is they've taken start safe and created start in here and added a portal for the realtors. And what it does is it gives you access to the escrow. So we have a system called Soft Pro, and that's what the escrow officers and assistants are in all day long, managing everybody's escrows across the world that Fidelity brands take care of. Well, now they're allowing the agents to have a login. It's a one-time thing. You only create your login one time, and from now on, as long as you have an escrow going on, you can go in and see where we are in the platform. So nice. You can. So if you just put in your earnest money and you don't want to go to your email and fumble through a bunch of emails trying to find the receipt that was mailed out to you from the assistants or the escrow, you can just go into the In Here app and get it. Same thing with the commitment. And then at the very end, when you want to know when it's recorded, it'll notify you instantly, and it's all on your mobile app. It's also a desktop, and we'll go over that as well. So it's consumer friendly. We've already been using it for 2 years now as a digital opening package, which I just explained a few minutes ago. And it's actual mobile first. So our desktop version is really good. And it looks basically the same. It just has bigger screens. And I'll show you in some of the slides here. Now we're able to do RON closings in it. So the remote online closings. Some of our escrow officers here in Flathead are RON certified now. So if you have people signing from out of state, that we don't have to have a mobile notary now, go meet them or go find them or whatever. We could just do it right online now. And we're certified that, and Montana approved that finally. So Fidelity jumped right on it.
Nice.
So, so the start in here, the whole idea of when we started Start Safe was to do the whole protection of fraud. So it was all about doing the wire safe transaction, being able to get personal information from both your buyer and your seller without letting those fraudsters steal, you know, data or steal finances when we're doing our closing, our transactions, and sending monies back and forth. So it's already been a proven program that works for the opening package. We also do mobile deposits from the mobile device from the app. So the phone will turn into a camera that your clients can take a picture of the front and the back of the earnest money check, and it will pop right into the In Here portal, and your client is able to deposit it into their own escrow right then and there. And then the assistants or the escrow officer will see that the check has come in as a document, and then they will create the earnest money deposit and then put it in the portal so that the receipts can be sent out to your clients, or however you guys work that out. It's transaction transparency is in the middle there for everyone. So there's the only people that are going to be in the portals are the agents. Once your buyers and sellers fill out their information, that's it, they're gone. They're not going to be in there seeing what's going on and driving you realtors nuts. It's just for you to be able to get in and see what's going on. And then of course, I just talked about, we're able to notarize within the In Here app now. So a quick app overview, I'm going to swish through this stuff because I say all that stuff while I'm talking through screens. But I want to stop right here at your local team. When you are able to communicate in an app and do earnest money deposits through an app or upload your own documents, you know, if you're still waiting for an addendum out there or a counter to come in and you're doing everything through an app, we want you to know that we're still here for you as real people. We're not trying to get you to use an app and that's how it is. Now for you guys, you're used to being in the world, so this is probably sounding really sexy and awesome because it's going to fit your profiles of what you guys already do. But we also want everyone to know you can still bring a check in. You can still walk in with your buy sell. You know, you don't have to use the portal. And that's something that, depending on who you are and what kind of an agent you are, if that's important to you to do the face-to-face and you want a receipt when you walk out the door, that's whatever you want. We're still here. It doesn't eliminate, it only adds an extra option. Right. So the one-time account setup, you're going to receive an email and it's going to look like this. It's going to say your order details are in here, and then it'll say explore your order here. That's how you're going to create your app login for the first time. You're not going to get it until you open an escrow. So you don't need to go get all this now or anything. You just wait till your next escrow and then you'll receive the login. At that time, you'll download in the app or the Google Store, whatever phone you have, the In Here app, and it actually says In Here Finance, and you'll get that. And then you do a one-time login. So the login is actually creating a password. You use your same email that we already have. Don't make up a new one. You know, just use the one that we're used to having. That way, nothing skips a beat. And as we link across other platforms that Fidelity offers in the FNF program, some stuff might start syncing in with the system. You're also going to set up a double authentication, so you'll get a code text to you and you'll have to put your code in there. This is how we keep everybody safe still. Once you put that authentication code in there, then the third phone screen there will show what it looks like when you actually go in your In Here app. When you get to that point, you'll start over. You'll put your username and password in, put remember me, and you won't have to do that again. But every single time you log in, you do have to do the multi-factor authentication, authentication, because that's how we're keeping the frauds out, you know, making sure that gets done. Okay. You can set up a Face ID if you want. Is it distracting having another person talking?
It might be during replay, you know.
Okay.
Because it's kind of, but do you have a headset?
No.
No. Okay.
No, but I could move if she'll be off in a second.
Okay.
Anyway, another thing that's really important is making sure that the app is opened and started within 72 hours of you getting it.
Okay.
So you don't want to let it stay in there because it does have an expiration time. And that's because it's got that encryption in it.
For security, right?
Yeah. So it will expire. And if that happens, you can just reach out to us and we'll send you a new one.
Okay.
And when it does send you a new one, if you missed it the first time because you're underwater scuba diving in Bahamas or something, you can wait till your earnest money deposit receipt gets sent out again, and it'll ask you again, hey, check out your app. So you could wait if you didn't want it.
Never wondered what.
So again, this is the sign in. Once you get that done, it'll verify you. I think I might move.
Okay.
So
there we go. Go ahead.
So once you log in, you'll see a transaction dashboard and it'll have your transactions. So these are going to be the transactions that you have live now. What ends up happening is when you create your initial one, all your old transactions fly in there too. So it'll be like a little CRM of all your closings that you've had with us under your name. But your app is going to only show just the ones you're actually working on. But in the system, you'll have everything. That's what's been going on because it syncs with our system and that's where they are. So there's this status bar right here that shows that there's 8 milestones to complete before the close of escrow. Down here, 5 of them have been completed before the close of escrow. So this is a quick view of what you would look at to make sure that we've got it all going on. There's 12 messages that need to be reviewed. This is a feed about everything, and this is this button where it's showing all the transactions. Oh, I accidentally created that screen. Whoops. Okay. So, and then up here, this little hamburger, you can click that and you'll just see all your recent transactions are in there. So that's what that button is, just going through the buttons. I seriously don't know why I keep creating screens. Okay, on this side, you have the accessibility to choose what you want your look to look like. So this look right here has a map. You can have it with or without the map. So if you want to just compact them, say you have like 5 deals going on and you don't want the map, you can do that. So if you click onto the address or the little house, it opens up the transaction. I'm going to try not to create a screen. There we go. Okay, so this is the feed. And then if you click on the feed, you see a document was added, there was a new message added, an order was shared, or whatever's going on. This is for the whole app feed. People like this because they're able to see, you're not fishing through your emails to go see the communication between your escrow, you know, documents being put in or whatever it might be. You can just go right in here and see what's going on. This messages also keeps a record of all the messages that you have been doing through the portal to communicate to the team for escrow. This again, if you click the house, it goes into that specific escrow. And when you do, everybody that's in the transaction will be right here, and you can click those and you can call out to the other agent, to the lender, to your escrow officer, to anybody, and you can click it and it'll either call out or email. You can pick which one you want to do. If you want to send messages or call right from the app. And down here, it tells you, you know, we've received the earnest money, which you can see right here, that 2 things have taken place. Congratulations, you got an order, you've got your earnest money in. Once they close, they do this little green ribbon right here, and then it goes into your closed files. Down here are your documents. So if you click onto this, it's a full document. Okay, well, I don't know why. Okay. I told you about these already, the transaction details, being able to click onto those. When you click onto the house also, you can see the escrow number and which office it's into, and these are the milestones that we need to complete in escrow before we can get to closing. So you can see what we're doing in it. So that makes the transaction more you within it, instead of just wondering, when are we closing? You know, you can see when the lender docs come in, you can see how things are going on. Now, this one is showing that we are going to have a signing packet included in here because we're going to sign in here. There's a payoff for the HOA in here. These are all things that you normally don't see unless you're sitting at the closing table. Right. But these are things that you're going to be able to see as we are doing things. So it makes the process more transparent. This is you communicating to your escrow officer. So you would click this button to make a message and you want to know when your commitment's going to be ready. So you can communicate right here instead of sending emails or having to call. You still can call. We don't want to take that away from you, but if you wanted to communicate right here within your system, it's an easier way to get to them quicker. Now, it doesn't mean that they're going to be sitting there watching pop-ups come up from every realtor they're talking to. They could be in a signing, they could be in on the phone or working up a settlement statement for somebody. They're not going to answer immediately, but you're going to know that your message isn't lost in an email buried somewhere. So it will be in the transaction. The other thing that's cool about that is you can even simplify your question with whoever gets this question can answer. So an assistant can look and respond back to you. It doesn't always have to be the escrow officer. You can share documents. Let me move my picture out of the way. This little button up here that has the push. That's what that button is called, the push. So if you were to open up one of these things and you want to push this document to your client, like after you read a commitment and you're happy with, there's no questions in the commitment, you want to go ahead and send it on, you can just push it and forward it to your clients right from there. This is what your notifications look like on your phone as we do things. It is an option. You don't have to choose to have notifications, but if I was a realtor, I'd want them.
Right.
Because I would be able to see, oh, the commitment's in, yay. And I can push that notification. It will take me right to my app. And then I can click onto the commitment and look at it. You know, and then at recording time at the end of the day, and your deal is done and you're waiting for a recording so that everybody can get their keys and do what they do. It'll come over as this, this home has been recorded. And even though it hasn't dispersed out or not, the recording took place. So that is huge because normally what happens is it records, then the escrow assistants start dispersing the file. And then sooner or later, somebody gets to the phones and starts calling agents and letting them know that they've recorded. This is going to make you so you're into the knowledge of when it recorded a little quicker. Yeah. So now I'm going to show you what the web portal looks like. It's a little different. You actually have to sign into go.inhere.com. Make a note of that because for some reason I can never remember that myself, so I put it in my phone. Because I'm like, startinhere.com, and I'm like sitting with people trying to type it all in. I'm like,
oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so it's go.inhere.com. So when you get in it, you've already created your login and that, so you're just going to put that same username and password in there, and then it's going to want your double authentication. So it's going to shoot you a text, and you're going to put the number of whatever they send you and hit the thing, and then in you'll go. And then once you do, your transactions, it's the same thing on the app, only bigger. And across the top, you're going to have these tabs. So you're not going to have to scroll down to the bottom of it to be able to see your documents that are in there or your dashboards and whatnot. You still have the status bars. You'll still, so basically it's the same but different.
Right.
And then transactions, when you click it, you can also condense it and take the maps out just like on the app. You can also set it up so you can see everything. So you've got your little favorite transaction going on over there. You got your feed here, you got your documents there. So you can just look at it. And then again, when you click the documents, here all your documents will be all lined up and you can just pick what you want and forward it. When you get into your commitments, those live links that are in there of maybe road maintenance agreements or whatever it is, when you download a document, you want to make sure you download it and then upload it back into the document. Because we're going to download or we're going to drop the commitment in there, but we're not going to do individual documents for the commitment. So you'll have to pick which ones you want and then put them in there yourself. You're also able to put in any documents that you want to. So if you have a letter that you want to just put in there and put this as, you could put for personal use in the subject line so that escrow knows this is just you putting documents into your web portal. It doesn't always have to be about our escrow because this is going to be saved for you forever. This is the feed. A lot of agents have to turn in their information, or they keep a record of what they say throughout the transaction. So this is keeping the record for you. And we are getting to, they're setting it up so you could download this as a PDF so that it keeps the record of all the feed of the transaction of what's been going on, and then you can pop it in there. So the transaction details, I mean, basically the same thing. You click onto the address, or you can click onto the transactions over here and open them all up and pick which one you want to look at. These colors right here are the same as the little cue balls that are on your app. That's your information, numbers, emails of everybody else that's in the system. This is your messages. You know, if you wanted to just open it up and you need to send a message. Now, right here, you can see that there's a, whatever that is, a paper clip, so that you could add something. So this would be where you would put in a document. So let's say you need an extension and everybody signed the addendum for the extension, and now you need to get it into escrow. Instead of emailing it, you can go right into the portal and upload your extension, and then leave a message for the escrow, letting them know that, you know, escrow date was pushed out 15 days. Here's our extension. Everybody's on board. You know, whatever it is you guys say. So that's how you do that. And then again, documents, they'll be lined up here that have to do with this specific escrow, because we clicked onto one specific escrow. If you click the documents up here, it'll be all documents that are in it. So if you want to simplify and just go to the ones that go to that, you'll have to click onto that specific one. Wait a minute. Okay. So this is the help section. If you need help in the actual portal, whether it's the app or the web portal online, both of them do the same things. It's still the same communication, same way it does, just looks different. So it's really easy. But if you need help, I can help you. You can call me. I can walk you through it. The other thing that I want to make perfectly clear is this thing is like 9 days old. So anytime you find a glitch or something that you push a button and it just spins around and beach balls and it's not you, everything else is working for you, but this one just keeps not working, let us know, because there's going to be things that are going to happen while we're getting started with this program that are going to have to be changed. And we already have a list of things that they have been doing to make sure that it works for the agents and that everybody's staying on track.
Good.
So, so that's basically it. Right now you can visit online in the inhere.com/FNT. You can go there and visit that and see what's going on, or you could just call and ask. But we don't want you just to get upset and think this is just a piece of, you know, whatever, and we don't want to use it, because this is the wave of the future. You know that as your business.
Yep.
And so we want to make sure that we are creating a product that is going to be wow. I don't want to open my escrow anywhere else because I want it in here. You know, I want to make sure that I can get in and look at my stuff fast. That's what I would want. I just think it's so amazing. So that is the In Here app.